everyone, this is Dawn. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to another Close to My Heart Twisted Sisters video hop. This month we're featuring products from the July-August catalog and I'm featuring Cape Cod. I'm going to twist this collection in that instead of doing a seaside or beachy or water themed layout, I'm going to do something landlocked. I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so my pictures are from a retreat from last summer, annual retreat up in the mountains. Okay, so I'm going to use this sort of leaf patterned and wood grain patterned paper from Cape Cod, and then I'm going to use the striped awning piece as well, just a little bit of it, and I'll show you how to make a layout that's not a beach theme. You can use these papers for lots of different subjects. All right, so right now I'm just trimming off the zip strips of each of these pattern pieces, and then this wood grain, I'm going to trim it down to 11 by 11, and then I'll mat that with the other piece of pattern paper from Cape Cod that has the leaves on it. So we'll just see a small peek of that paper as a border. You could gut this piece of pattern paper if you wanted to, but I'm okay with just layering it. So I'm going to cut this awning piece and leave the stripes vertically. I'm just cutting a 1/2 inch, and I'm going to use that as sort of a border strip. Okay, then I'm going to bring in some periwinkle. And I'm going to cut 2 strips at 2.5 inches. I'm going to do some stamping on these pieces and create my own pattern paper. Okay, and then I'll bring in some bluebird and I'm going to create a photo mat. So I'm going to cluster 4 of the smaller 3x4 pictures on this, so I'm creating a mat so that I can put all 4 pictures on this piece of bluebird. And I've printed these pictures with a white border already. Okay, then I'll bring in another piece of bluebird and I'm going to create photo mats for the large picture. So I'm going to double mat this. So the first mat will be a slim border of bluebird, and then I'll bring in some lagoon and create another mat. So I'll double mat that. So the 3 main colors that I'm going to use in this entire layout are periwinkle, bluebird, and lagoon. Okay, so this is a border stamp that is from a company called Impression Obsession, but you could also use trees from any Close to My Heart stamp set that you have. Go through your Christmas stamps. There's lots of trees images, and you can create a similar border strip using those. This is just easier because it's kind of a one and done with the one stamp to do this. But you can certainly use that other, the one that I pulled, it was from the Spruced Up Scrapbooking stamp set. And I do wind up using 2 of those smaller trees to kind of fill in an area on this border that didn't have trees and I felt like it needed more. So I'm using periwinkle on periwinkle, and kind of creating a tree line of Colorado blue spruce. Okay, so we'll ink this up and stamp it out. And I don't have the giant Misty, but I'm going to make this work. I didn't have a block that was long enough for this stamp, so I'm just going to make it work. And it doesn't have to be perfect because my photo mats are going to be over most of this strip. I just wanted a little something peeking out from behind them to give it a mountain feel. So you can use these papers and create your own pattern papers if you want to do like a city line of city buildings. You could do something like that to just tie it in with your photo subject. So I'm doing trees and I'm stamping everything at least twice. I think this one I wound up doing it 3 times just to make sure that I get a nice deep dark stamped image, because periwinkle, when it dries, it lightens up. So it looks super dark right here, but it'll lighten up a bit. Okay, and then I'll do the same thing for the other strip. All right, so now I have everything laid out, and we'll start putting our photo mats together. So I've already adhered that background, everything together, and now we'll work on our photo mats. So I'll be popping these with foam tape. And that looks good. So that's the general layout. Okay, so I have cut a whole bunch of these images from a retired stamp set that is called Crafting Shapes. They're not a stamp set, but a thin cut set called Crafting Shapes. And then I've cut letters out of the simple serif uppercase, and I've cut several layers, and then I've staggered them. And then I've got a stamp set that's called Scrapbook Queen. This is also retired, but I kind of did a little surgery on it and just cut out the word scrapbooking. You can put them back together when you put them on your block, and they're like they were originally made, but I just wanted the word scrapbooking. And I'm going to use these crafting shapes as for little embellishment clusters. Okay, so first I'm going to stamp the word scrapbooking in Bluebird ink above the word retreat. I've already adhered the word retreat down to my layout, and my head got in the way, so I edited it out. So anyway, I stamped the word scrapbooking in Bluebird, and then I'm going to trace over it with a clear journaling pen. This is a Stardust Clear journaling pen. And I've got the stamp set that's called Lovin' Right Now, and I'm using the journal block to stamp that out in Bluebird on toffee. It's the light side of toffee. I'm also going to use this circle from that same stamp set, and that's currently available. So I'll put a link in the description below of all the supplies that I used. So I'm going to speed this up super quick. I'm just going to fussy cut my journal block out. It's super easy. And then we'll do some quick journaling. This is an annual retreat that a group of crafty ladies and I go up to spend 4 days in the mountains. We have a great time. We're getting ready to do it again. So this was last summer. Okay, so that's where my journal block is going to go, and then I'm going to stamp one of these doodle circles, and that will be underneath and just peeking out from the side of my journal block. So get that stamped down. And then I've got the stamp that says Group Shot, and these are all from Lovin' Right Now, that stamp set. I'm going to stamp that in periwinkle, and I just want it to be really light because I want the word retreat to pop on this page. So I'm using periwinkle. And of course, like I said before, it dries a lot lighter. So it says Group Shot, so that'll just be peeking out from my journal block too. Okay, so I have all these cute embellishments that I have die cut in various colors, coordinating with all the Cape Cod colors. And I've layered them with white cardstock underneath so that they have some dimension. So we'll get that journal block down with some foam tape, and then we'll start arranging these craft shapes. So I have like a couple tubes of paint and a paintbrush and a pair of scissors. Okay, so I've got those glued down, and then I wanted another one of those doodle circles, but I'd already adhered my picture down, so I blocked it with some scratch paper to stamp out that circle in Bluebird ink, and then we'll add this pair of scissors So I die cut them in some silver foil paper, and that's bluebird cardstock. So cute. Okay, now we can work on the other page, the right side. This time I'm going to stamp out those doodle circles before I put my pictures down. Makes it a little bit easier. So I started to adhere them, and then I decided, oh wait, I want to put my stamp circles down. So I've got my T-square just for a little help for placement. Stamping that in Bluebird, I mean Wisteria, and then, excuse me, with Periwinkle, and then we'll do another one in Lagoon. That's going to go on the top right of the pictures. Okay. All right, now we can put our pictures down, and then we'll cluster more of those craft shape embellishments. Okay. So I have this ruler that I die cut in silver foil, and a couple of colored pencils and a bottle of glue. And then some washi strips with hearts. Okay, so I fuss with them a bit to get them laid out the way I like, but it came together. We'll add this colored pencil, layer it on top with a little foam tape and glue. And then we'll add those little washi strips. Wound up off camera adding another periwinkle one on the top right corner. Okay, so we have those down. So there's my basic layout. Tried to add that stapler, wasn't going to work. I think that's good. Okay, and then I'm going to add some dots. So these dots come in circles, stars, and hearts, and I'm going to scatter a bunch of hearts around. Thought I was going to use the periwinkle at first, but I got it down and it was kind of disappearing, so I changed my mind and I'm going to use the bluebird hearts all over. Super cute. So make sure you click on the playlist to see what the other Twisted Sisters have done with new products from this new catalog that started July 1st, and see how they twist them up and show them how to use them in new and unexpected ways. All right, scattering a whole bunch of these hearts around, and we'll get a close-up look. Super fun. Okay, we'll take a closer look here, and then I'll have some close-up still shots. So I'll make a list of all the supplies that I used with links in the description below. You can do a little shopping. And all of the new products from the July-August catalog are available while supplies last through the months of July and August. And don't forget to click on that Twisted Sisters playlist. See all the other cool things they've done. I appreciate you watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button, and then you'll be able to find all of my videos. And thanks for watching.